Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And we are live with some Southampton career. Well, we ain't really live. We just post commentary, but I'm sitting here, I'm recording it live, I guess you could say. We are back with episode 2 of the Southampton career mode. And we're starting off with a little bit of business, I guess you could call it. Bednarek is going out on loan, but of course all of these businesses, all these deals will take place at the beginning of the January transfer window. So nothing is going to happen right away. Looking at some of the expectations, we're expected for a quiet season around mid-table, well, below mid-table, kind of. Around 16th place they're expecting for us. As we get into our first game of the season, Southampton facing off at home, opening our home game against Burnley FC.
Wonderful to be back. First day of the season, nothing like it. This home team, I don't know what their feelings will be, how confident they are. For me, I think they're probably heading for a mid-table finish when you look at the talent down there.
So we are playing off against Burnley. First game of the season is against my previous career mode team, and this is how we line up. I mean, Vasquez straight in. Vestergaard didn't make the starting lineup, of course, not being involved in preseason, not match fit at the moment. But Vasquez, like I say, starting on the wing. Gabbiadini gets the nod to start up front. That was the main question, I guess. Who's gonna start and lead the line? As like I said, no one really grabbed the initiative in preseason to say, yeah, I'm taking this spot. So we decided to go with Gabbiadini. And we get off to the offensive early in the game as we slide in Højbjerg in behind. And he's denied by the keeper. A very good move to get us in behind the defense. And we come forward one more time trying to attack. His Manolo Gabbiadini. He's finding Nathan Redmond down the left-hand side. And a little bit of a scuff shot. A little tiny bit of a scuff shot. I mean, if he got a better quality connection on it. You see right there, it is on his left foot, but I was trying to get it across the goal. I think the defender just got across early enough to kind of try and put him off of that one. Ball falls to the edge of the box to Wesley Hoot. Eventually it finds its way to Nathan Redmond again, trying to find that far post and denied by the keeper. Burnley finally wake up 30 minutes into the game, and they're moving around, trying to get their first chance of the game, and it is a long-range effort stinging the hands of Fraser Foster. I don't even see who that was. Like, I got a glare coming through the window into my eyes that I can't even really see the screen. Like, let me turn the brightness up. Because I'm like right here. Bow. This is what it was looking like at halftime. It was a relatively even game, but we were in control in terms of possession and controlling the game. Ultimate difficulty, I mean, I do definitely see differences, but I feel like I can handle it. And right now it's even, but we did have, like I said, we were just about controlling the proceedings early on. 61 minutes into the game now, into later portions of the game. Lamina on the ball, just waiting for our chance, playing it in. A beautiful first time pass into Vasquez, and he's able to score on his debut, putting it into the back of the net. We take the lead against Burnley. And Lucas Vasquez, the man signing from Real Madrid, scores on his St. Mary's debut, his Premier League debut, and his overall just debut. Brilliant move, nice patient build-up from Lamina, sliding it into Højbjerg, first time pass, and the finish from Vasquez is clinical. Look at that, no kind of hesitation. He just knew he was going to find the back of the net, hops over the goalkeeper, and celebrates his finish, introducing himself to Southampton fans. Now, someone in the comment section did mention that they think the signing of Vasquez is a little bit unrealistic. And of course, I pride myself in my career mode realism to an extent, as we did give the ball away a little bit recklessly, leading to a shot. I think it's Sam Vokes right there. No, it's not Sam Vokes. Wood taking that shot, well hit, but just wide of the post. And you see right there, I mean, if you do give the ball away in a precarious position this year on Ultimate, that's the one thing I noticed really about Ultimate. They do punish you a lot more, which is something that I really wanted to see. Like, they are a lot more direct as well. Robbie Brady finds the back post to Goodmanson. Shot takes a deflection off of Ryan Bertrand and behind, and we did have a player down right here. It's Wesley Hood. I said Wedley. Who's that? I said Wedley. Wesley Hood. 75 minutes in, and it does look like a bad one. He does look in pain, and he did have to come off in that match as well. 87 minutes in, as we're trying to hold on. Ball found its way to Lucas Vazquez. He spanned not enough behind that shot, but we did take 3 points from our first game of the Premier League season, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. But like I was saying, speaking of Vazquez, what someone did mention that it was a little bit of an unrealistic signing. At first, I was like, I don't really think so. But then, after thinking about it, I started to realize where my dude was coming from, because I tend to forget that Southampton really had a poor season last year. Like, it was damn near fighting for relegation the whole season. Like, when I think of Southampton, especially when I look at their team, they have such a good team of players. They shouldn't be where they were. So I kind of naturally in my head see them as at least a mid-table team. But you see right here, Wesley Hoot out for 7 months with a torn ACL. That is tough right there. Damn near out for the entire season. Probably out for the entire season. Wesley Hoot. And that's a tough one to take. But yeah, Lucas Vazquez, but like at the same time, I think it's at least a little bit realistic, because I mean he's never gonna break through into Real Madrid. So I think it's at least realistic that he would leave Real Madrid and come to a Premier League team, and a mid-table team. I think is realistic. But again, like, I forget that Southampton did finish very poorly last season. But hey, at least I don't think it's too realistic, too unrealistic. I think it's feasible. And this is how we line up again. Of course, no Wesley Hoot, so Stephens, I still don't know how to say his name. Jeremy Stephens, not the UFC fighter. Jeremy Stephens comes in to cover him, and Yoshida alongside. Still no Vestergaard starting in this game, trying to get him match fit. You know, I'm trying to create my own storylines and that. Of course, we did do a press conference in the first episode of the miniseries, and I do plan to do more press conferences in this series. So if you have any questions you want to, like, I don't know, you can even try and create storylines of your own throughout the series. Try and be a little bit creative, and I will do little press conferences before or after matches and put them into the videos. So Everton did get off to a good start. Some poor defending, really, letting I think it was Bernard get into the box. Probably should have done a little bit better. Probably should have pulled it back. Tried to go for goal. A little bit selfish. But again, Everton coming forward again 14 minutes in at Goodison Park. Sigurdsson playing a beautiful ball in behind to Bernard, who again finds his way into the box and forces a save out of Fraser Foster. Fraser Foster, a little bit of a mix of having to go at his defense and kind of celebrating that he made a good save. But Everton came right out against firing in this game. They were not prepared to sit back at all. We're again trying to get ourselves back into this game, trying to wake up a little bit, and we find Pierre-Emile Højbjerg 23 minutes in, and he forces a save out of Pickford. Maybe he could have done a little bit better, but that is how the first half ended. Don't worry, that's not the end of the game. That's the end of the first half. A little bit of a quiet first half, especially for us. Half-time, 0-0 between Everton and Southampton. We tried to change that. 47 minutes, 2 minutes into the second half, we find Lucas Vazquez down the right-hand side, and he forces a save out of Pickford. Maybe could have found the far post a little bit better, but he is finding a lot of space on the right-hand side between the first two games, I noticed. 68 minutes before the next chance in this game. Pumped out by Pickford. It finds its way to Redmond. He finds Højbjerg. He's going to play it down the right-hand side. Lucas Vazquez, all the time in the world, pulls it back. Redmond puts it away off of the crossbar. Almost putting it over the bar. And Redmond turns back to thank and give a little bit of respect on the name of Lucas Vazquez. Again, look at him finding all that space. So much time on the ball. Picked out Redmond beautifully. I don't know if that actually came off the crossbar or the post. Let's take a little look. Left foot finish by Redmond, and it does come off of the crossbar into the back of the net. If he'd missed that one, I would have been a little bit pissed. I would have been a little bit out. We got El Unici on the bench, waiting for his chance. So if Redmond missed that one, it might have been Unici coming in. Of course, El Unici played very well in preseason, but so did Nathan Redmond for me. So I decided to start Redmond, and right now he is paying us back for that. I don't really have major favorites who's going to play, whether they play bad or good. So it all comes down to who performs on the night. Who plays well is going to play. Everybody is going to get a chance. I'm going to rotate it. That's how I like to do it. If you've been on the channel for a while, you know that. I'll give a chance to whoever is playing well. And Nathan Redmond, on this occasion, is the man who got us the win. His goal separated the two sides, and another 3 points. From our first two games, we got 6 points. It's all looking good. I mean, I said that I think we could get Europa League. I strongly believe we could do that. Mid-table, top half at the very least. And I do like these little additions into career mode. I mean, it's little. It doesn't do much at all. But it's something nice to look at. It's something nice to put in the videos, I feel, as well. But you see right here, Team of the Week announced. Nathan Redmond made it in. Lucas Vazquez made it in, and Maya, Yoshida, all three of our players, well, all three Southampton players making it into the team of the week. And I think the first 2 games were very positive for us. There's a lot we could take out of the first 3 games. We're coming to the final game of the episode, playing against Leicester, another one of my former career mode teams. Foster, Cedric Yoshida, and Vestergaard making his first start of the season. Romeo, Hoiberg, and Lamina in the midfield. That midfield 3 right there, I'm very happy with it. The first 2 games went very well, and honestly, I think even for the long term of this career mode, I think we might have those 3 around for the whole career mode. Whether or not we replace any of them in the first team will be seen. But especially if we can grow them quite a bit with the training, I really think they perform well in the middle. So we've been able to control games quite well. We got a chance early on, but Leicester came forward now. And is it Rashid Ghazal takes a shot from range and takes a huge deflection off of our defender. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but Ghazal, he claims the goal. He claims the goal because I guess it was going on target to begin with. It did look like he was headed for that far post. Whether the keeper would have saved it or not is yet to be seen. You guys can decide for yourself from this angle and the following angle. It was headed for that far post. Again, I'm not sure whether the keeper would have been able to save it, but that is a massive deflection. I like these little new anime. Look at Bertrand trying to get hold of Ghazal as well. FIFA, again, EA deserves so much more respect than they get for these games. These games, the littlest differences they make every year, just to keep this game and keep making it better each year. The little animations they add make a huge difference, and little changes. This game is so much better than FIFA 18. But Leicester back into the game. Don't tell me Jamie Vardy. Don't tell me Jamie Vardy is still doing the mannequin challenge in real life. Because honestly, I ain't watched the Leicester City game in a while. I ain't seen Jamie Vardy score in a while, to be honest. Don't tell me he's still doing that shit. Finding the back of the net, though, he's still doing that on FIFA, because that is a finish and a half. There was actually a run down the left-hand side that kind of got my attention for a split second. And like I said, they will punish you for that. I dragged my defender away a little bit from Vardy. They played him in, and we are 2-0 down, looking towards our first defeat of the season. Hoiberg trying to change that with a strike from, what was that, 35 yards? Crashing off of the crossbar into the box this time. Brilliant delivery from Vasquez, and that's something I must point out. Lucas Vasquez crossing in this game is going to be a problem. It seems delightful. Down the right hand side again, pulling it back, and I just wanted to pull this back as well because he was looking for Gabbiadini. And before I pull it back, actually, they are calling out Lucas Vasquez, saying he's missing the mark. Maybe he's set high standards for himself already this season for us, playing brilliantly in his first 2 games. But just look at that a little bit. Did they drag down? I feel like they dragged down Gabbiadini inside the box. But you guys let me know how you feel about that. Do you think that should have been a penalty? I'm not 100% sure, but Lucas Vasquez looking for Nathan Redmond, and a little bit of a mistake there from Ricardo Pereira gives us that little window to get ourselves back in the game. I saw Redmond was kind of creeping ahead of Pereira, but as I crossed it, he kind of fell off behind. First touch from Pereira, unnecessary. Just get rid of it. Yeah, what are you doing trying to take a touch right there in that position? He obviously didn't get a call from any of his defenders either to let him know that Redmond was behind, but if you're unsure, just get it out. And Redmond pouncing on that one to get his second goal of the season. Now we're back in the game. Now our tails are up. Mario Lamina finding Gabbiadini, trying to play, slides in Vasquez, in behind the defense, pulls it back, and we find the back of the net again, and we've pulled it back. From 2-0 down at St. Mary's, we got St. Mary's rocking. We are marching on. Mario Lamina off the back of another Vasquez assist, but look at that pass from Gabbiadini. That deserves just as much credit as any other part of the build-up for that move, because that pass was brilliant. Vasquez again composed when looking for the final ball, pulling it back. I'm gonna be 100% real with you, because it is what it is. I was looking for Gabbiadini. I was trying to pull it back for Gabbiadini. It went to Lamina, but now we find Vasquez again. That's not good enough. 89th minute, and right there, that's something I've spoke about. That's something I spoke about in the demo. Time finishing is an interesting one, because I feel like time finishing has been introduced in order to kind of make as the primary option for shooting. I feel like they've nerfed regular shooting in order to make time shooting what you need to go for to finish like these kind of not necessarily difficult, but certain situations. And right there, I decided not to go for time finishing. I went for a regular driven shot, and that's what ended up happening. So maybe in certain situations, you need the time finishing. But that's the end of this episode. Premier League has kicked off, and we sit in 6th place. 2 wins from our first 3 games. Undefeated at this point. Bournemouth, the only team with a 100% record right now. It's going to be an interesting season, and I am ready for it. Stay tuned for the next episode coming back tomorrow for you guys. And I hope you're ready, because this Southampton career mode is about to be lit. I'm telling you, boy. Thank you for passing by, though. I love each and every one of you. Go ahead and drop a like on the video if you have time. Peace.